Greetings, adventurers. Today we're excited to introduce you to a new story, Dark Dice, a horror podcast that blurs the line between actual play and audio drama, where the story is determined by the roll of the dice. 6 adventurers embark on a journey into the ruinous domain of the Nameless God. They will never be the same again. One of the players is not what they seem after a doppelganger, a creature that can assume the form and voice of whatever it kills, infiltrates the team. As the players are picked off and replaced one at a time, can they figure out who the monster is before it's too late? Can you? In addition to a full-blown fantasy soundtrack with over 30 live medieval instruments and a 40-person choir, sound effects further enhance the story. Here's a quick example of what that sounds like.
The shambler with the jar of liquid inside of him.
Soren Arkwright let loose an arrow that cracked the glass, passing through the spine of the creature. The shambler still managed to maintain its forward momentum, but stumbled as it eagerly tried to bite and swipe at Soren, landing near his feet. As Rowena struck the shambling creature near Soren, she shattered the canister in its stomach, sending its liquid contents spilling to the ground. With a rush of liquid, the small fetus fell too, twitching and moving toward Rowena.
I'm gonna punt you.
Rowena launched the fetus into the mouth of the mimic with a kick.
So if you dare, gamble your sanity and subscribe to Dark Dice however you listen to podcasts, or on Spotify. Dark Dice can also be streamed at darkdicepod.com.
Hey, and welcome to Rise of the Veiled Alliance, Tales from the Silt Expanse. Or is it? Well, it is. It's still Tales from the Silt Expanse, but not the Tales from the Silt Expanse you may be expecting, as today we have our first crossover episode. What? Look who's here. It's Bill. Hey, Bill.
Hello, friends.
Hello,
I am
friend.
ready to cross over.
Oh my God, you ready to cross over? What you gonna cross into?
The Silt Expanse, apparently.
Okay, yeah, good. You're not with your Obsidian Spire today. I see you.
Yeah, I was removed from combat, and then a thing came out, grasped Horsun whilst hammered, and poof. Horsun's somewhere else now.
Well, Bill, that thing that grabbed Horsun is me. It's literally me. I grabbed you from the other campaign. You're mine now, and I will toy with you for the next 2.5 hours. You're welcome.
Okay, but do I need to like redo any contracts or anything, or
we've already done that.
We already done that.
Good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how any of this shit works.
The blood contract is now mine, and I will do with it as I please. So,
okay.
Don and I have made an agreement. It's fine.
Can you just make sure my cats are okay?
Yeah, it's not on the contract.
Sorry, I really fucking hate cats. It's just a thing.
Oh, okay. Well, can you make sure my hermit crab's okay?
Oh, crabs are fine. Yeah, I love a crab. Absolutely, I dig a crab. Yeah, definitely. But cats,
We are
little Satanists.
hemorrhaging viewers right now. Chris, hurry, change something. You said the cats thing. Hurry.
I mean, I really like
Change the
dogs.
subject.
Dogs are amazing. Dogs are your best friend. Dogs love you.
All right.
Dogs support you and care for you.
We're stabilizing.
Cats
Thank
are
you.
glad you're alive. There we go.
Fixed it. Saved.
So, anyway, Tales from Silt Expanse. We're back again. Here's Bill, and it's there we go. Right, let's meet the whole team. Donathan Fry's here. Hey, Don.
I am here, and I'm excited to be here. I love playing this game with this group of people. Love getting to play with Bill too. It's been a minute since we played in the same game. I run Journey to the Obsidian Spire, but to play in the same game, so that'll be really.
It's a very different experience. This is true. It's a very different experience. Yeah.
I play Gulag.
Great.
Gulag's a half giant ranger, got an axe, but he's a real nice guy.
Very
That's it.
creepy thing to say. Like,
Oh,
out of the
nice.
D&D context, it's awful.
Yeah.
He's got an axe, but he's a really nice guy. Like, just, what? Where did that come from?
Yeah.
Let's not
He's
talk
like
about that
Michael
anymore.
Myers.
When you put it like that.
But the comedic one. He's the Canadian Michael Myers, not the killer, not the murderer. He's the funny. He's Shrek. Yeah,
Yeah, but-
that checks.
Wasn't
Do I
Shrek-
need to? Do people on this show know who Horsun is, or do I need to like?
Yeah, give us the lowdown. Give us the lowdown on Horsun.
Well,
Is he just
imagine,
horsing around?
if you will. Okay.
Nice. All right, and that's how we get
4
rid of
minutes.
him.
4 minutes.
I still have his blood contract. He's still here. It's, you can't leave
All
the
right,
It's
screen.
okay. What? Oh,
Okay. So
Literally,
okay,
if he
we're
walks
doing
off
this
camera,
for-
he just reappears on the other side of the camera. He can't leave now. That's the blood contract.
Pac-Man
I'll
physics.
just set up as like Mario Brothers 1.
Tell us about Horsun.
He's a mull, so he's large. He's very muscular, hairless, very charismatic, and good looking to a small amount of people. He is a retired gladiator. Very much that Dark Sun trope. And he's got. He was settled down before this whole adventure, and he's got some other places he wants to be, but he's just trying to get there, and that means ripping apart some snake people.
And you're also, most notably, a pugilist, a very special class, a pugilist.
Yeah. Designed by Benjamin Huffman off the DM's Guild. You can find it. It's a homebrew class. It's like the monk, but it's strength and charisma instead of dexterity and wisdom. So you very much have this like professional wrestler, MMA combatant vibe, and that's something I really can sink my teeth into from a person to let that shine as a character.
Yeah, great. Because the one thing D&D needed was more charisma-based classes. Kronqual, cool. How's it going?
Hello, hi. I am Cord, or Mythomatic, where you can find me. We probably have a time constraint today, so we may not be able to do some of the outros. So do it now. Just go follow me, and I'd be playing.
Follow everyone.
go follow
Jonathan.
everyone.
All of our Twitter handles are above our names,
Just
which you
in
can't
case
copy
if we
paste.
can't get
You
to
have
it.
to type it out. Yeah.
Exactly. So study it now. You also have all episode to write it. And to go to twitter.com/mythomatic and give me a follow, and everybody else. Either way, I'm playing Kronqual. He's a psychic warrior. I play him like a monk, but he's not a monk. He's a psychic warrior, and we will learn more about that as we play today. Maybe.
Depends if you
That's me.
remember to follow all the rules, of course. I mean, that is something you're very
Never.
good at. So do keep an
Never.
eye on
I
that and
will-
make sure that you're following the rules every step of the way. Can you do that for me?
That's right.
Promise?
No promises.
Okay. Kienna.
Hello.
Hello.
Excited to be here. Excited to be playing with Billy again. We've been doing a lot of this recently. We've been crossing paths over on channel, so it's been really nice to have him here too. But yeah, I play Rikkis, who is the Tari Rogue. Small, chaotic, generally doesn't know what's going on at any given point, but is along for the ride anyways. Yeah, we're somewhere definitely not weird.
Sorry.
I'm sure.
I'm so distracted by Bill doing a perfect TV talking pose. Yeah.
That would be do this all night. No.
Good, lovely. Thank you, everyone. Right, well, without further ado, Horsun, you and your allies were in the midst of something Don was DMing, and I won't try and replicate. Thanks, God. As you were grabbed and pulled into this mirror, into this strange portal, and as you were dragged into it, you feel yourself shifting and phasing in a way that you don't quite understand what is happening to you. At the same time, Gulag, Kronqual, Rikkis, you were on board the Sirocco, having just left the pyramid at the top of the island of Silt, seeing Caesar being dragged through a moon door by Pil Lilith, you don't know who that is yet, but by a very powerful Yuan-Ti priestess. And in doing so, the ship has shifted, as it has before, into the lands between the winds. And again, you're in this grey, desaturated space, the lines moving past you in very strange ways. And as you do, the ship shudders strangely. You get this strange vision again of this silt horror above and hanging over the ship. And as you do, various of your crewmates and friends, and oh God, look at the background, oh, I love it! Various of your friends seem to fade out of existence. And not in that sort of cool, like, oh no, they're not here anymore. No, end of Infinity War, bits of ash falling down. I don't feel so good. It is that moment. You see Rysar say, I don't feel so good, and fade away into nothingness.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Rysar.
Don't worry, he'll be back by the next movie. That's how that works. And at the same time, Horsun phases back in the same way and appears on deck almost exactly where Kita was standing. Now, Horsun, you are, if memory serves me, you are stone cold drunk. Good, okay.
Yeah.
So as you appear on deck, looking around you, you see a hulking figure. You recognize Gulag probably. You probably don't really see Rikkis because Rikkis is very small. But right in front of you is this turtle. I don't think you know what a turtle is necessarily, but there's a humanoid turtle standing in front of you.
I didn't know. Yeah, the drink was strong. It's just a delirium. Who are you?
Hello. Kronqual is I. I am a turtle. Who are you?
I'm Horsun. I was just somewhere else, and now I'm here. Is this... Do you work at the bar? Did I leave something in the bar?
No. Oh, Gulag. Rikkis. Kita.
Hey, what are you shouting about?
Sirocco. Sirocco.
Gulag, is this a dream? Are you actually here?
No. No.
Well,
I'm here. Horsun, are you here?
I feel here.
Just let me check something real quick. I'm sorry, old friend.
Sorry for what?
This. And Gulag slaps him. See if he's a ghost. Has to know.
Make an attack roll.
What the fuck was that for?
A 19.
yeah. No. What's your strength modifier?
It'd be 6 damage.
Horsun, you take 6 damage.
Remembering that.
Just had to make sure you were real. You are. That's.
Fuck, man, that hurt. Well, yeah, but I was questioning your existence and I didn't fucking hit you.
I exist. I am Kronqual. Kronqual is I. Who are you?
Horsun gets really close, like, you know how drunk folks like to invade personal space, and he looks at you with his eyes squinted. Kronqual, not a fan of brevity, are you? I'm Horsun. Pleasure to meet you.
Horsun, roll me a history check with disadvantage.
Oh, you got it. That's a 4.
You remember the name Kronqual. It's important to you. You have no idea why.
Kronqual. I can't place it right now, but I've heard that before. If I've heard it, you must be someone important.
I did not kill Caesar.
God.
I didn't say that you did, but that's a story. Sounds like for a different time, or perhaps now. Because what the fuck is this?
Gulag, Kronqual, Rikkis, in your heads you hear, I don't want to be alarming any of you, but Captain's not here, and I have no idea where we are. Horsun, you do not hear this.
Horsun slowly, or right next to Horsun, Gulag like drops down slowly to one knee and kind of scrunches his neck forward and pushes his head forward, so he's about on the same eye level as most of the people here. Probably not Rikkis still.
Yes, because Rikkis canonically goes up to the size of your big toe, because it has to get bigger and more extravagant every time.
Exactly. The difference has to grow every episode.
And you are now so big that you are bigger than the deck of the ship. Yeah, that's just what happens now.
How it goes. Looks around, sort of to the surroundings, taking them in for a second, and then back to Horsun, and he says, listen, Al, we were with Rysar, we're on an expedition to find Caesar, and we found him. Right now, we're on our way. I don't even think it's on this world, to be honest, and I'm kind of confused as to how you ended up here, and how Rysar, the others are gone. How did you get here?
Hold on, just take a second, unpack this. You hanging out with...
Really?
Smell like fermentation.
I can understand like 10% of the jokes that come my way right now, so let's slow it down with that. Okay, 1, Rysar. Okay, 2, the fuck is this shit? Is this...
I don't know where we are.
3,
Go.
what? Did you get... Okay, let's... Fuck, okay.
Let's
got-
what?
Oh... There was
I don't think he meant what he said.
There was no, probably not. Hold on. There's a big haze, a fog. It looked like there's a battle going on, and something broke, and a hand came out and grabbed me, and I had a youngster I was protecting from whatever that was, and now I got sucked in here, and here I am now. Where'd this boat come from?
As Horsun says this, Rikkis, Kronqual, Gulag, in your head you hear, don't want to alarm anybody, but I don't think we're alone. And looking around you in this strange grey fog, you can see hooked tentacles. You've seen this creature before, but it appears to now be in this space, and you're not quite sure what to make of any of that. But should we be departing? I would usually get the captain to give me direction, but I don't know where to go, so should I just go?
Yes.
Hang on to something then. And the ship suddenly drops.
Very well.
And I think Kronqual starts to waddle over towards the orb and throw himself onto it.
If you will excuse me.
As you turn to move, the ship just drops, just starts falling, and all of you get that horrible feeling of as you start to lift slowly off the deck as it just falls straight down. And you are now feeling that this whole thing underneath you is just falling forever. Do you try and grab hold of something? What do you do? How do you deal with the situation?
Gulag will try to grab a hold of Horsun and offer a hand to Rikkis as well, just in case, just to try to keep everybody together. Horsun first, probably because Horsun's drunk. Sense of balance might not be as good.
Yeah. Rikkis is immediately like, yep, grabbing onto the closest, biggest thing, which happens to be Gulag in this moment.
Gulag, you're not grabbing onto the deck of the ship in any way, you're just grabbing onto the two people?
I think once he has them, he's going to try to wrap his arms around the mast and hold himself to the mast with them in hands.
Make me a dex save to grab hold of the mast.
Okay. As he's doing this, and he's like swimming or diving towards the mast, he just kind of like leans over to Horsun and says, Taruk sent us on this ship. I'll tell you all about it, but there's a silt horror, and I think it's coming for us.
What?
Like his face is like shaking, jiggling 15 feet.
Yeah, you're fine. You manage to hang onto the mast with one arm, probably the one that Rikkis is holding onto, as you grab hold of Horsun with the other. And you are sort of lifting off slightly, because Jib is just dropping. Kronqual, you were going to grab hold of the ship floater orb. Do you just sort of leap on it?
Yes. He goes towards it like he did last time and throws himself onto it. And hopes
it's not sticky or anything, so roll me a dex save to try and grab hold of the ship floater orb.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Right.
Right. Well, this is awkward. I don't have my character open. If anybody's got the Roll20 open, that would be great. I rolled a 2, so never mind. Doesn't
As you run towards the ship floater orb and just try and leap onto it, you try and grab hold, but it's basically a large orb of basically glass, as far as you can tell, and there's this horrible sort of as your claws try and get purchase on the orb, but you are floating up and above it and almost floating out and away from the ship. Gulag, Horsun, Rikkis, you can see Kronqual just start to slowly lift off as he tries to grab hold of something, but is very clearly falling away from the ship. It's falling away from him.
Gulag will stretch out his body, his 12.5 feet, and extend, and he pronates his toe and extends his foot towards Kronqual and just kind of over his shoulder, grab onto my toe, K-Tort. Grab onto my toe.
Okay.
That sounds like advantage.
That's a 19 and a 15.
Better. Yeah, as you slide off the ship and float up, you grab hold of Gulag's toe, and now Gulag is the sail in the center of this ship, with all of you just hanging on to him as the whole ship plummets. And looking above you, you can see this strange, it's a silt horror, but it's floating through the air, and it is moving down towards you. You can see its full extended body just falling towards you as the ship falls beneath you, and you can't see ground or anything beneath you. It's all this sort of strange gray tones as everything moves around you as it goes down, and you are now just in free fall with this very visible creature chasing behind you as fast as it can, trying to catch up with you. What would you all like to do?
Oh no.
Good question.
Yeah.
Draw my axe, just
How?
in case.
One hand is holding
Michael?
Horsun. The other hand is holding Rikkis. The hand that's holding Rikkis, you're managing to also hold on to the mast, and your foot is currently being... You could put your axe in the other foot.
He's not used to using his foot in that way.
Okay.
So let's see. He'll try to place Rikkis underneath his arm so that they can wrap around his bicep or his shoulder. He'll take Horsun and slowly squeeze his thighs together and try to hold Horsun between his two thighs. and then he draws his axe.
Roll me an athletics check to see how tightly you can squeeze Horsun with your thighs. Bill, for my benefit, is Horsun facing inwards or outwards?
I feel like since he can't really understand what's happening, he would be totally at the whim of how Gulag has grabbed him and just adapt accordingly. So I feel like he would be when he got grabbed, he would try to escape, which would mean his back would be facing Gulag's face.
Yes.
So he'd be like in wheelbarrow position.
Okay, you're in wheelbarrow position with the thighs. What's the athletics check?
12. I rolled a 5 on the die.
You squeeze Horsun very tightly between your thighs as you try and pull your axe out as well. So you've got a turtle on a foot, you've got Horsun between your legs, and Rikkis is hanging onto the other arm, which is also holding onto the mast, and you have pulled out your axe. Horsun, squeeze tightly as you are between these thighs. You can feel yourself going. You feel like you're probably going to fall away from all of this, and it's bad.
Okay, can I... given my position, I'd be able to see an ankle. Can I try to grasp onto an ankle?
Sure, roll me an athletics check.
Okay.
Oh, watch where you put your hands.
24.
Yeah, you reach the ankle, and it is the ankle that you reach. It's fine. So you manage to whoop and grab hold of the ankle as you go. So you're not hanging on, and everyone is now flailing still even further. But Gulag has his axe out. Lovely. And as you still keep falling straight down through the air, this creature is following you, still speeding as fast as it can. And it looks like it's falling at the same rate of pace that you're falling. You're not gaining anything on it. It looks like this is going to be a problem. Gulag, Kronqual, Rikkis, in your heads you hear, I can't seem to be able to shake him. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong here. Normally the captain will help me with this. I could try some other things, but it might get a bit freaky.
Nope.
Inside, it's like, I mean, freakier than this? This is pretty already. Valley's scary. Valley's really scary. Valley's a lot. It's.
Okay, so I'll try and make it as little freaky as I can. And you wanted no ghosts. This is a land of ghosts. It's all ghosts. I'm a ghost. You're a ghost. Everything's a ghost.
Oops, all ghosts.
You can't hear this, Horsun, I'm afraid. I'm sorry, buddy. You can't hear what's going on.
Trust me.
To make that out of context
Flashy
statement.
expressions. Yeah.
And the ship is going to try and solve this situation. I am rolling a D100.
Oh boy.
I think at this point, Kronqual releases, or at least tries to. Wait, no, he's holding on to something else, right? He's not on the orb anymore.
You're holding on
He's
to
on my
Gulag.
toe.
You're on Gulag's toe.
Okay, never mind.
Cool. I have rolled what I have rolled. Okay, and the ship phases out of existence again. And again, you're phasing into this gray space. You can see that you can see the thing above you fading away as you fade away as well. And as you fade away, Rikkis. What is Rikkis's nightmare?
I think you're trapped in a small enclosed space that they cannot get out of. Because they like small spaces. It's because they voluntarily put themselves in there.
So like a jail.
Yeah.
Okay. The ship reappears, and around the ship are walls of like pulsating, strange walls of what look like a kind of almost gelatinous substance, but it's not see-through. It's just like rubbery all around you. And as the ship appears, you can see that these walls just start to squeeze in around the ship, and there's a very definite from the ship, and there's definite pressure all around it as everything starts to squeeze in on it. It's not falling anymore, so you all hit the deck quite quickly. What would you all like to do?
Okay, so here we are.
The walls are encroaching on the side of the ship, and you can hear snaps and twings as the entire ship is slowly being crushed.
Gulag makes sure that like everybody's set down carefully.
Mm-hmm. They have all sort of
want to drop
landed.
anybody.
Everyone's landed in a heap, but you are all on the deck of the ship. That's fine.
He stands up and stretches and rolls his shoulder out and looks over his shoulder down to the others, and he says, "I don't know what's going on, friends, but we got to get through that wall." And he starts to stomp over towards it with his axe.
Mm-hmm. Sure. You start attacking the wall?
Yeah.
Make me an attack roll against the wall.
The wall. Okay, this is all right.
First attack's going to be a 10.
The AC of the wall is 10. It's a stationary object, so you hit it. I think it's the first strike is, what am I doing here? Just like trying to get a sense of what you're doing.
It's gross too. So he has like he holds like a what would for most people to be a two-handed battle axe. He holds it in one hand. He uses his other hand to kind of protect his face because he doesn't know if he cuts into this if it's going to like spray him with anything. He just slashes just to kind of test it out. And 20 slashing damage.
20. You slash out.
20 damage.
You slash out against the wall and just cut into it. And where you've cut into it, it envelops. And where it envelops the axe and envelops your arm. It starts to envelop up your arm as well. What would you like to do?
Freak out.
You have a second attack. You cannot use your battle axe.
Is it painful?
No, it's scary. You feel the terror of this idea of being in too small a space that you've not put yourself in, and that this smaller space is not something that you feel safe in. You feel trapped. There's no pain.
I think like Gulag kind of lets out a loud, surprised yell. It's a little higher pitched than his normal voice. And first he tries to pull his arm out to see if he can just yank it out. But if it seems like there's resistance.
I mean, I want to hear the yell first. Thank you, Don.
Welcome.
Okay, so do you want to use your second attack to try and pull out your arm?
I mean, is there resistance?
If you try and pull your arm out, yeah.
No, Gulag, like, you know what Gulag's going to do is he's going to try to thrust it in even further.
You're going to try and thrust the axe in further. Cool. Make me an attack roll at disadvantage because you can't see it.
Yeah. Do a regular attack for this one.
Mm-hmm.
A 9, so no.
No, you try and wiggle your axe, try and get something to grip hold of with it to rip and to tear, but you don't manage to. And this encroaching presence on your arm is traveling up your arm, and is traveling towards your shoulder. Kronqual, Horsun, Rikkis, no need for initiative.
Yes.
What do you want to do?
So we are being swallowed by some sort of invisible energy wall thing that's sort of
It's visible.
gelatinous.
There is a strange gelatinous energy that is encroaching on you, and you can feel it. It's got this, like, the grayness of the air around you is the same, but it's solid now, and it's encroaching on your space, and parts of the ship are snapping and bending. It's definitely a problem.
Problem. Okay. Well, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Horsun, Rikkis, there's no need for initiative. If you have something you want to do, do it.
Horsun stumbles around, witnessing Gulag's foray into the gel. Well, there's never been a problem I couldn't fight my way out of. So, and he's going to, like, lean forward a little bit, and you see his feet kind of stomp, and his momentum starts going forward. And then at the last moment, he wants to stop and then take his left fist in a jab and try to punch the wall where Gulag is.
Go for it. Make me an attack roll.
You got it.
It's too late.
So 19.
Yeah, you hit the wall. Do the damage.
9 bludgeoning, and
9
counts.
bludgeoning, thank you.
And fists count as magical for the sake of
because you are a
magic.
pugilist. Mm-hmm.
And
As you
charismatic.
impact and charismatic, as you hit the wall, your left hook goes straight in, and your fist is stuck.
I need that, and then tries to pull his fist back out immediately.
Sure. Do you want to try and pull your fist out, like make a contested grapple with the wall, or do you want to try and damage it?
So, like, you're talking, like, move it around like you would take a fork through Jello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to carve shapes with my fist into the gelatinous essence.
Make me an attack roll with disadvantage.
Got it. Oh, wrong one. Oh, I got a critical hit, and then a 1.
A 20 and a 1. I mean, they happen. It's just crazy when they do. Yeah, you try and wiggle your hand around, but it's a 1. You can feel as you try and wiggle your hand around it, like it's this gelatinous substance is encroaching on your hand, and where it does, you know that sort of lovely tension pop you get when the joints all get cracked? Like the whole hand has a tension crack as it starts to get slowly crushed by this wall.
Okay. Well, can I use a bonus action, earn one of my moxie points for 2 more attacks with my right hand?
Of course you can.
Trying to widen the hole that I was making.
Yeah.
Regular attacks, disadvantage?
Regular
advantage?
attacks? No. You can still see this hand, so it's fine.
That's a 21 for the first one.
Right fist also impacts. Roll the damage.
And that is 17.
Wow. As you impact with your right hand, it too gets, and now both of your hands are stuck in the wall.
Okay. Can I use the remaining attack to try to do something similar?
Yeah, of course. With disadvantage now.
Disadvantage now. All right. The second attack with would have been a 21 and a 20, so that would have been a 20.
Yeah, the 20 hits. You manage to start moving it around his hand. You can feel where the other hand is kind of getting like sort of pressure on it. The other hand, you can move it. You can move it not freely, but you can start moving it, and you can feel like you're sort of like sifting through this gelatinous space. On with the damage. like a fork in jello, which is a really good analogy. Actually, I like that.
9 bludgeoning.
9 bludgeoning. Very nice. Thank you very much. Kronqual, Rikkis, what do you want to do? The wall where Horsun and Gulag are stuck now looks exactly the same as it did beforehand. You can't tell it's having any impact at all.
I mean, Rikkis is losing their mind a little bit.
Totally fairly.
I'll make it very simple and easy. Kronqual is inside of his shell. That's it. Go on.
Rikkis?
Yeah. I think Rikkis has again that frozen animal fear for a very long time. But as they continue to see this come in further and seeing, especially Gulag being stuck in this thing, I think they're gonna scramble up to Gulag, and probably actually up onto him. Just climb up. And onto his shoulder.
I don't know how much movement you have, but it's like Gulag's like a mountain to you because you barely you're barely an ion size compared to Gulag's mountain. No, Rikkis is small, Gulag is huge. You managed to climb up Gulag, it's fine.
Are you okay?
Hey, I don't know. Don't put your hand in there. Don't do it.
Okay. And
I'm stuck.
Yeah. And I think they're gonna kind of fumble through their stuff, and pull out. I think they're gonna pull out a dagger. I won't put my hand all the way, but maybe, and kind of, probably have to kind of slide down Gulag's arm and going to try to get the area around his arm. They don't want to stick their hand in there. They just want to.
So you're going to attack. You're going to chip away at it with the dagger.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? They have jeweler's tools. I'm pulling out
Sure.
the things that you use to chisel gemstones. I can't remember what those are called.
Chisel.
Sure.
Okay. So you start chiseling with the chisel. Okay, cool. Make an attack roll.
Cool. What kind of a?
Well, in D&D game terms, it's a dagger.
Okay, cool. Nope. Well, that's a 10. Still.
You manage to start chipping away at this stuff on Gulag's arm, but where you manage to peel some of it off, it gloms over and starts attaching itself to your arm where you have hit it. Roll with the damage.
That's only 3 piercing damage.
3 piercing. You get sneak attack. It's an ally within 5 feet.
Oh, yes, I do. That's an additional. Wow, that was shit. 9 damage on top of that. That's a bad
damage.
Roll. Damn.
12 damage. You start trying to chip away, but it too, and Gulag, you watch as where Rikkis is chipping away, it is washing over Rikkis as well. Kronqual is in his shell.
No.
Gulag, Horsun, Rikkis, you all watch as this substance just grows over. Horsun, it grows up your arms and is now on your chest and starting to envelop you fully. Gulag, it is going entirely up your arm. Rikkis, it covers you instantaneously, and you are all just being, and where this wall is just squeezing in even further, and there are horrible grinding sounds from the ship all the way through. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea, you 3 of you hear in your head. What would you all like to do?
I think Gulag will think in his head back to the ship. What's going on here? What is this?
I'm not sure exactly. I tried to go somewhere, but where you were all thinking of wasn't a good place to go. Maybe think of somewhere else.
Okay. He thinks of somewhere else and tries to pull out his arm at the same time, that with Rikkis on it, so that hopefully he can maybe pull them both out.
Cool, no problemo. Rolling a D100. Gulag, what is your nightmare?
Oh, geez. There was a period in his life after he was a merchant, before he made his way south to Valak, where he was taken in and healed by some shepherds in the city-state of Kern, in the meadows there. Far to the north of or pretty far to the north of the Tablelands, north of the Silt Sea. It was a very peaceful time in his life. And it was ended, that period in his life, when soldiers from the city-state of Uruk, under the direction of the sorcerer-king, the Lion of Uruk, came marching to the north and the east against Kern. And there was a great battle that took place on the outskirts of the city, and much of the villages there, the people that he knew, were caught between these two forces. And he fought, and he survived, but there's a memory that haunts him. That memory is after the battle was over, when he woke up and regained consciousness and stood up and looked around. He saw spirits rising from the dead laid on the battlefield. He saw ghosts of his friends from the soldiers of Kern. He saw their anguish and their torment, and even though some of his friends were still there, still alive, he lost it. He lost his mind, and he ran, and he didn't stop running for weeks. And every night he could hear those sounds, those spirits, and he still hears them sometimes when he sleeps. And that is Gulag's nightmare.
Okay. As you all try and pull away from this thick, encroaching wall, as it starts to absorb all of you apart from Kronqual into itself, the wall seems to pull away from around you and seems to dissipate around you as the ship again starts to phase strangely. And as it phases in this way, Kronqual, Horsun, Rikkis, you all have 0 hit points. Gulag, looking around you, the ship is just floating, as it has been before, and all 3 of your friends' bodies collapse. Rikkis is on your arm and just falls to the deck of the ship. Yes?
So, one of the mole traits is relentless endurance. That whenever he drops down to 0 hit points, he pops back up to 1.
Doesn't apply here.
Doesn't apply here. Okay.
Does not apply here.
Noted.
Gulag, your friends around you have all collapsed.
He drops his axe and hits the deck of the ship and rattles, creaks against the wood. And he just sort of looks around his feet at his friends. No. And he bends down and he scoops up Rikkis in one of his palms. And he very gently presses a fingertip to feel if there's a pulse.
There is no pulse.
Oh, no. Come on, Rikkis. Come on. It's going to be all right. And he reaches out towards where he used to have hair, but it's all burnt off. And he doesn't have anything there he can use to create more good berries. And he looks around desperately. He says, "Ship, did you do this? Did you do this?"
Did I do what? I don't know where we are. What's going on? Where's everybody gone?
Not breathing.
Rikkis's body in the palm of your hand. There's a strange grey-white essence just slowly wafting away from the side of their face, which you recognize. Looking back, Kronqual's shell sits dormant, and one of Kronqual's hands, but again, a slight graying whiteness to it, reaches out from the shell. From Horsun's body, you can see small parts of him starting to rise from the shoulders as well.
Come on, Rikkis. I never got to tell you my story. This isn't real, right? This isn't real. This is some weird ship.
What's not real? What's going on? Everyone's gone.
They're dead.
Or what now?
He's just staring at the wisps coming off of their bodies.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean they're dead?
I can see their ghosts. Ship coming out of their bodies.
You can see their ghosts. If you can see them, then I can save them all, but they'll be part of me then. Part of the crew. You've seen what that's like. Is that what you want for him?
He gives Rikkis a little squeeze in the palm of his hand and just runs a fingertip down their forehead to the end of their nose, their whiskers.
As you do, 3 or 4 wisps sort of catch on your finger and run with as they go.
No. It ain't my decision to make. Just let me think. And he squeezes his eyes tight. He's trying to think of a way out of this. Looking around the ship to see if maybe there's something around, somebody around, anyone who can help.
There's no one here.
Closes his eyes and then opens them again and takes Rikkis to where Horsun and Kronqual is, and sets Rikkis's body down between the two of them and just sort of slumps down and puts a hand in his head, and he says, I don't believe this. I don't believe that you're gone. So I'm just gonna wait here until you come back. Oh, wait as long as it takes, friends. Horsun, you still owe me a bout. And Kronqual, we gotta clear your name. So I'm gonna wait. I ain't leaving you.
Try and think of something else, lad. Anything. Get us out of here, wherever it is.
Yeah. He kind of grabs onto them so that if they go, he thinks at least that means that they'll come with him. And he thinks of the first thing that comes to his mind, and it's him in that little room in the bottom of Valak, where he first met Rikkis and Kita, throwing chairs over his shoulder. That's what pops in.
Again, the mist shift around you, and your allies by your feet, you all awaken with full hit points. Blink, move, as they all rise again. Your nightmare conquered. This feeling of whatever it was entrapping you and holding you is gone. Horsun, if you like, you could be sober now, but it's up to you as a performer, how you want to take that. But for a moment, you were dead. For a moment, you were not here. And you're all aware of that. You can remember it.
Hello. Welcome back.
What was it?
I don't know. We're somewhere weird. I don't think everything we're seeing is real. Or at least, it's not permanent. I don't think anything here is permanent. You all right?
I mean, yeah, I was drunk, but it's anything like that, it'll sober you up real quick.
As you all straighten up and sort of start to, I'm alive, what happened? That's a lot. Gulag, you can see in the distance, again, this almost like an octopus underwater moving towards you, this horror again, making its way around the sides of the ship and moving closer, ever closer.
Friends, I think we gotta make a decision. We can keep hopping around place to place. Things that don't make sense. Or we can stand here and we can take care of that monster ourselves.
You think that monster has anything to do with what's going on?
I don't know. Horsun, we saw it one other time. Rikkis Kronqual. I saw he is somewhere. We fought it then and escaped. I think it's following the ship. It always follows the ship. It wants that. And he points at the orb in the center of the ship. It's never gonna stop chasing it. The ship's cursed.
But we fought it before. We were able to get away before.
When you speak, Horsun's like, holy shit, what the fuck? Have you been doing this whole time?
I think Rikkis also does like a jump back as you yell at them.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a friend of Gulag's. Horsun. Pleasure to meet you.
I'm Rikkis. I'm also Gulag's friend. And also Kronqual's friend. And now your friend?
Oh, look at us. Just a bunch of fucking friends.
This shape is now swirling closer and closer.
Are we still in this dark space?
You're still in this cloudy grey space. That hasn't changed. Let's have a perception check from everyone, please.
Kronqual has slid back into his shell.
Yes.
It's a 4.
4, 1.
14.
14, thank God. It's not...
That's a bad roll for them.
I know. It's not... It's not getting that much closer. It appears to be sort of shadowing you at this point.
I think it's just following right now. It might be just, waiting for its time, or maybe it's just slowing down. I can't tell, but it's not catching up anymore, which it was before, which was really bad. We could attack it. I don't. It kind of like looks back down to themselves and like touches themselves to make sure they are physical. I don't know if they're also untouchable, or if they were, what you say, they weren't permanent. But I mean, we can try. I mean, last time we used the ballistas. That hit real hard. If it isn't permanent, like if it's like smoke, then if you hit it, then it'll dissipate.
Is it one of them smart things? Can you reason with it? Or taunt it?
I don't know. We haven't tried talking to it? I don't think you can talk to it, but it's also smart enough to, like, actually do things. It's not like a rock.
Kronqual, in your shell, the ship's voice rings out to you again.
Lad, they're talking about trying to fight it. We should go. Think of somewhere we can go.
All right. Why, they can't think of anything?
They think they're gonna be trying to do something to it. We gotta just leave, get away.
Oh, very well. Just think of it here. Okay. I'd like to go back to Balak.
Kronqual, describe your nightmare.
Kronqual's nightmare is he has had this nightmare multiple times. Sleeping is hard for him. That's why he likes to meditate. He usually finds more clarity in meditating. And that's probably why he has become so proficient in the way and these walks. But the nightmare is one that he has tied permanently to his skin. The ashes of his family and kin have been made into the ink that have adorned his skin. He thinks and is haunted by fire, as well as a screech of a very powerful dragon. I think that the roar, the shriek, and the cries of his people, I think, and also the dark, thick with ash smoke. And that is why he is not doing so well in this environment. And that's why he's found safety in his own shell. But that is what scares him. That is his nightmare.
Okay. As you're all making plans of how to deal with this creature, maybe use the ballista against it, which seems wise as a thought, the ship again phases, shifts slightly. The floating figure vanishes. And the deck is suddenly ablaze. The flames are black and grey, like the landscape around you, but a burning conflagration is suddenly leaping around your feet, and the entire deck of the ship is on fire. What would you all like to do?
We got water barrels, right?
There are
Not
barrels
enough.
of water on the ship, that is correct, yeah.
I mean, how much fire are we talking about here?
The ship is on fire. Like, significant amount. Like, not like, oh, a little burny. Like, no, the whole ship is ablaze.
And the flames are black.
Black.
Can we feel the heat from them?
You can. In fact, you all take
Oh, shit.
7 points of fire damage. What would you all like to do?
I'm scampering for those water barrels. That's
You run
what
straight for
Rick
water
is doing.
Go for it, straight ahead. Yep, that's fine. There's a water barrel inside the hold. The hatch where the barrels are inside, because the water barrels are all in this hatch in the front, you have to dodge past various of these black flames to get to this hatch. And the hatch itself is heavy and is still on fire as well. Like, how do you lift it?
Oof. Sheer determination of that can be inside of a tiny rogue.
Roll me an athletics check.
that's what
Go for it.
Great. definitely good at that. Nope, that's a 7.
You run over, try and lift, and you can see the flames coming off this and licking onto your fingers, and it's terrifying and burning, and the pain is all around you, but you are still trying to lift this side to get to the water barrels inside. What's everyone else doing?
And Horsun doesn't know anything about any water barrels on this ship because it's the first time he's been on this ship. So, being still intoxicated, his first instinct would be to piss on the fire that is around him, because that's the liquid that he has access to. I'm being resourceful. Horsun is being resourceful. Bill would never stoop to such debauchery.
Bill, when's the last time you did this?
Not in 2020.
Oh, well, there we go.
Was that the one good thing to come out of this year?
Didn't piss on any fires this year. That's what happened. Can you roll me a constant? So you are literally unzipping your trousers in the middle of a fire to try and put the fire out while on fire.
Chaos rain, baby. Let's do this.
Okay, roll me a con save to successfully urinate while on fire. That's today's
24.
quote, by the way. Wow.
24 on that con save.
Yeah,
It's like a fire hose. Highly pressurized. In the world of Dark Sun, there's just
You're just moving to flames now.
making diamonds.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah.
Making diamonds.
Did I ruin everything?
Okay. No, I love. Can you? I mean, it was a pretty good roll. I'm trying to work out what dice your whiz counts for.
Wisdom,
D8.
obviously.
Let's say a D8. Roll me a D8. Let's see how it goes.
Okay.
It's an improvised weapon. I'll give you that.
2. Good old.
Good old 2.
Solid.
Yeah, you solid. Oh, it's not solid. Yeah, you are just pissing around yourself trying to put fire out, and you're having some effect, but it's still awful, and you're still on fire. Kronqual, what's up with you? You are inside your shell, but you can see these black flames are licking up into the inside of your shell as well. You're not even safe in here.
That's what he does.
Okay.
He's a turtle. He's gonna hide in his shell.
Your shell won't protect you from this.
Yes, I know that.
But you can see the flames inside your shell. You very rarely see things attacking you getting past your defenses.
Kronqual is going to try. This is so weird and crazy, but it's the only thing I think I can do. So
Bill just pissed himself to try and put out a fire.
Yeah, all right, you're right. What am I thinking? So I think Kronqual, instead of getting out of the shell, continues, but instead of crying or just moaning and I guess weeping, I think he's going to try to turn his weeps into a mantra, and then he is going to try to walk the way, or at least see what he can do outside of his shell, and out of the shell experience, but also being in the shell. So I think he's going to try to just try to hone the way here and help out his friends, but from inside of his shell.
Fine.
And that's what I have. I don't know if that's a power thing I should have, but that's what he's going to do. He's going to try to perceive the world by staying inside of his shell.
Do you have any kind of ability that lets you affect? Like, you have a mage hand, don't you?
I have a manipulating. Yeah, I can manipulate things with mage hand.
Yeah. Okay.
I also can teleport some things to me.
To you.
And away from me.
And away
hold
from
on,
you.
Yeah, I can.
No, this is fun. Let's work it.
It's somewhere. but I can teleport things from my spectral hand, which is mage hand. I get things that I'm holding from one hand to an occupied. So it's things that I'm holding. I can move away from me. Which, if I really wanted to get super weird about it, I could then use my mage hand and then teleport things away from my mage hand.
Yes.
But that's as weird as I can get on paper.
Do you want to try and use the way to basically grab that fire and move it out and throw it into the air, take its kindling away?
I don't. Yes, I think he will. Because we have seen him before kick things up dirt and silt, and I think he's going to try to do that. And I don't think he's going to be careful about it. If something's being charged or charred, I think he is going to try to forcefully push it with his mind. And if it blows off a banister or some wood of the ship, he doesn't care. But it is more about a panic. It's like a psychic panic than it is anything else.
Do you have a kind of attack roll associated with this, or a kind of saving throw associated with this?
I can make one, but I don't think I have any rolls that I do.
That's fine. Can you roll me...
well, I have augmented strikes, which means I can do an extra d4 of damage if you want me to just roll an attack roll and just call it that.
Count this as an attack roll, because I want to see how this goes, because y'all don't know what you're doing, but you're doing something.
Yeah. I rolled a 5. So plus my spell stuff. So that's a 9.
You start reaching out and trying to pull up, like decking around you, and you can all see from where you're standing, although Horsun probably can see it less better because it's surrounded by steam now. You can see that bits of the decking are being torn up around Kronqual as parts of the ship are just being torn away, bits that are already damaged, just to try and get this fire away from the ship. Can you roll me the damage on that strike, please? Good.
5.
Did you add the 4?
Did I add the 4? I did, yeah.
Did you add the D4 as well?
I did.
Did you add the D4? Oh, gosh, jeez. Okay, right. Cool. Bits of this ship are being torn away around Kronqual, who is still inside his shell, and you can see parts of this flame are also being torn away in this moment. Gulag, Kronqual, Rikkis, you hear in your mind,
we need to go. We need to get out of here. Do something. We need to make this... anything. This is wrong. We need to go.
Can I say for Gulag's, can he have used his reaction to cast
you never
absorb
turned yet.
elements?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, you absorb some of the fire around you. You didn't go yet, sorry.
Yeah.
The voice still rings out and that still happens. But yeah, you absorb some of the fire around you. It's absolutely fine. Yeah.
So he takes in a deep inhalation, and like the air swirls around him. Some of the fire enters into his mouth. And then he reaches down and grabs his axe and hefts it up over his shoulder. And as he does, that black flame now circles around the blades of his axe. And he exhales and says, I didn't think of anywhere. Do any of you think of anywhere? Did any of you tell the ship to go
I thought of Balak.
Someone think of somewhere else. I don't like this.
Get it away.
Rikkis is going to think then, and they're just gonna focus their brain not on the burning somehow, and I think it's just going to be that city that they were last at. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. The abandoned one.
Caroline.
Yeah.
Tarralon.
Yes. Yeah.
As you think of Tarralon, the fire burns out. But the fire doesn't burn out. It coalesces, and it coalesces off the ship. And you can now see this silt horror is floating above you, and all of this is being drawn back into it. And it's been there this entire time, or has it? You're not sure. You're not sure what this is. But it appears, and you can see now as it's over the ship, one of its tendrils is in the ship floater orb. Like it's just connected to it now, completely.
No. And Gulag will try to slice that tentacle off.
Cool, maybe attack roll.
Okay. I'm going to cast Zephyr Strike.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see here. A 20.
Yes, that hits, yeah.
All right. So Gulag, like, grumbles no. He stomps over, and with one arm, he swings his axe across his body, trying to cleave the tentacle. And as he does, that flame that's encircling the axe begins to expand outward. The black energy, like, flicking up and then coming back down into the axe the moment before he strikes. So it's going to be... I guess 6 fire damage.
Grand. So close.
And 5 force damage.
Mm-hmm.
And 22 slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
For a total of 33.
As you strike out and impact the tentacle, you sever the entire thing. The creature above gives a horrible shriek, and that shriek echoes in your minds as well, in the voice of the ship. And then as you sever that tentacle with that strike, the shriek stops, and the voice stops shrieking, comes back and goes, We need to fight it now. It was inside my head, inside your heads. It's when I became part of this space, it became part of this space too. It's learning how to be a nightmare. It's a nightmare beast now. And that is where we're going to take our break. Join us in 5:10, where you all get to fight a nightmare beast. Which you've already started hurting. All that damage added up.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Let's see where it goes from here. Excellent stuff. Hey, Bill, I'm going to say you did 2 damage to it. I've calculated, added it in. You did 2 damage to it with your fist. Lovely. Let's see you all after the break, where we can face the nightmare beast, maybe without more nightmarish horror visions. Who can say? See you all in a bit. Bye. And welcome back to Tales from the Silt Expanse. Currently not in the Silt Expanse, the crossover, facing your worst fears. You're welcome.
Ew.
Hey, everybody.
Thank you.
So, the Nightmare Beast, an ancient monster of Dark Sun origin that I have tweaked, is currently assaulting the ship you are on in this strange land between the winds, pseudo-Shadowfell, pseudo-Feywild space, around Athos. Gulag has just stepped in and slashed one of its tentacles and cut it pretty deep. And as it does, and as it rears around you, its ruse of that its nightmares made manifest were just you slowly killing yourselves, not it trying to slowly kill you. That is where we shall roll initiative. Let's do this properly. Yeah.
All right.
I finally got a good initiative. It happened finally. It's above a 13 for one.
I,
Shout them out, using-
on the other hand, rolled a 1.
No.
How
Still
many
shaking off
your
crit
third-
fails have
it's
you
your third
rolled?
one.
I was about to say
Yeah.
still shaking off the booze, but then I remembered what Horsun was doing beforehand, so still shaking off still carries. Good, right, so what are our initiative rolls? Shout them out.
15.
15?
1.
Do you not add anything, Bill?
7.
No,
You don't
no
have a dex mod? No dex. No dex.
No deck.
Rikkis, how good was yours?
21.
21! Nice. Very good. That is a good initiative roll. And good. Right, Rikkis, with that roll, what a surprise. You go first. What would you like to
Yay.
do?
I would like to go to. I'm guessing. Are any of the other tentacles closed down, or are they all still?
Not really. It was one
Okay.
thunk into the the ship
cool.
floater orb, and now it is more sort of like floating up and around.
Ballista time.
You're gonna run below deck and grab a ballista.
Yep, that's where I'm going.
Cool. You'll have to dash to get there. So actually, you're a rogue.
That's fine.
You run down, dash, get to one of the ballista. Because of where it is floating at the moment, it's a very difficult shot. But you do manage sort of. Or do you want to go on the one on the back of the ship? That'll be easier.
No, I'm going to
on
go
the
on the back of the ship.
Cool. Run to the back of the ship. You jump into one of these big ballista and just leap into it and turn it around and start pulling and aiming towards firing at this thing. Make me an attack roll.
Making an attack.
Just roll a d20.
roll.
Add your dexterity modifier to it.
Cool. I'll just roll dex then.
While
18.
I find the stats. Yeah, that hits. You fire out, and it one of these ballista bolts fires out towards the silt horror and impacts it. Roll me 3d10.
3d10. 20 points of damage.
Plus your dex.
Plus my dex. Plus my dex is 3, so 23.
23 points of damage. Your crossbow bolt sails out of this ballista and impacts the side of it, and there is a horrific shriek from this creature. Its ruse clearly broken, and now very, very upset about this course of events. Kronqual, what would you like to do?
Yes. Has it attacked yet?
I mean, yeah, it's been attacking you with its strange mind powers for the first hour and a half of this episode.
I'm going to hold my action till it attacks one of us.
Okay. It's until it reaches down and strikes any of you. That's fine. Any of you or the ship? Just checking.
Any of us do
Does
what on the ship?
Does that include the ship? If it attacks the ship?
Yes. Yeah. Until it
Super.
attacks anything.
Lovely. It is its turn. As it shrieks in horror as this massive ballista bolt impacts it, it is going to reach down and try and reach for the orb again, try and reach a tentacle inside the orb. And it appears to be phasing in and out of existence slightly. That strange ashy look to it that you already saw is now getting more pronounced as parts of it seem to be not quite there, as it reaches down to try and stick a tentacle back into the orb and try and regain control. Kronqual.
I'm I do protect. I will, because I'm standing now next to the orb. I felt like I was by the orb this whole time.
Yeah, that's fun.
As I was like doing the thing, and then I shrunk. So now I'm trying to stand up and trying to find and muster this confidence. I look at this thing. I'm sorry, Kronqual looks at this thing as it's attacking, realizing what it is, seeing it, and are the flames still in my mind flickering across the ship?
No, they have faded because it has pulled itself out of the orb.
Okay, cool.
Well, it's been cut out of the orb.
Okay, so that helps a lot. So I see probably like a severed tentacle on the deck of the ship, and then now it's reaching towards the orb again with a new tentacle.
The tentacle where it was, what I'll say is where the tentacle was struck off by Gulag, where it has landed, you turn on the deck and can see it's there, and it's slowly phasing out as the landscape around you phases in and out. So you see a tentacle sort of again dusting, silting away, like the end of Infinity War.
Hey, perfect. So I can see. So I know what's happening, but I think Kronqual. I'm trying to give justification to why Kronqual wouldn't just stay held up in his shell. So I think piecing all of this together, Kronqual starts to see that we have fought this thing before, and now we can try to fight it again. A little bit more confident that it isn't actually on fire, and we are actually. He's going to try to distract himself by fighting. So what he's going to do is he is going to, I guess, as it reaches out, he's going to probably stick his quarterstaff, or maybe he calls the quarterstaff from below deck, maybe with a psionic hand. And in the way, but in the way of its travel, I want it to probably like cut across its attack and distract it with maybe hitting the pole as it's, or the quarterstaff as it's flying by the orb to my hand. And in this whole long drawn-out way of description, I think I'm going to try to do compel to duel and distract him to attack me instead of the orb. So
wisdom save, right?
It'll be a wisdom save.
That is a 14.
That I think mine is a 14. Oh, it's a 12. Never mind.
Okay. Compel duel does not take effect. The tentacle reaches down and you try and distract it, but it doesn't allow itself to be distracted. And this tentacle reaches down and grabs deep. It's not actually. It's phasing into the ship floater orb, and I will make an attack roll. Yeah. As it reaches in, it absorbs into it, and as it does, you get strange flashes of like. Suddenly everyone appears to be dead. There's fire everywhere. Like moments that you've seen before all flash through very, very quickly. And then... Rikkis. Do you have another fear, or would you go for the same one again?
Oh, God.
That's involved this time. It's grasping at straws.
Yeah, I think it's the same fear. I think the general fear is just not being able to escape something that's going to kill me. That's...
At which point, again, you get this vision of suddenly the ship is being crushed inwards. And you can see that this vision is affecting the ship. The ship is burned and it is crushed in places. It is being damaged by these visions. They are pseudo-real. But the ship is suddenly surrounded again by this weird, black, inky, sort of strange, gelatinous substance crushing in on it in the same way that it did before. Lovely. Gulag, you are standing by the ship floater orb. You've seen the tentacle go into it. You can't see the tentacle anymore because you just see this strange crushing effect, and there's a faint snapping as the top of the mast sort of cracks and part of the sail, this beautiful pink sort of almost like feathered like thing, starts to collapse slightly around your feet.
Gulag lifts his axe back up and takes in a deep breath, and the silt that's blowing around this gray ash begins to swirl around him. He'll cast Zephyr Strike again, and before things changed again, do we just see tendrils reaching down, or do we see this creature's maw as well? Did we see this creature's maw?
It's above you, but it's a long way above you, like it's a good 40 feet up.
All right. He's gonna, before he attacks, as this ash is swirling around him, call out so that hopefully everyone can hear him. The mouth. It's weak there. Ship, as soon as you can, as soon as we get out of here, go straight up towards it. And then he is going to slash out again towards where he believes this tendril should be.
Mm-hmm. Make me an attack roll with disadvantage.
Okay. So it'll be canceled out with my advantage for Zephyr Strike.
Mm-hmm.
So while we're in this pause here, I just want to let you know that I looked up Compelled Duel, and it's a bonus action. So I feel really bad for those who have been watching, going, "Kronqual, you have so many more actions," because I have been missing out on so many actions last episode, and now this one.
Would you like an extra action back once Don finishes his turn?
I will add it to my next round just so it's easier and doesn't throw off initiative if that's easiest.
No problem.
Gonna be at 20 with disadvantage. Or, well, I guess...
Yeah, that hits. Yeah, that hits. You strike out and you cut into where you know the tendril is. Roll me the damage on that strike.
It's gonna be 20 slashing damage and 6 force damage.
Okay, as you slash out where the tentacle was, there is a shriek all of you hear, and suddenly the strange effect all around the side is severed. The ship is free again, and you can see another tentacle slaps down onto the deck and starts to slowly ash silt away as it does, as your leg slices off another tentacle. You can now see the creature again in its full form. Excellent. Right. Horsun,
Gulag
what would you
will,
like?
Gulag, just sort of at the end of his turn, he bends his knees a little bit and gets lower to the center of gravity. He grabs onto the haft of his battle axe with both hands now, and he looks over to Horsun. And he says, "We got this. Just wait for the moment. We got this."
And so, Horsun, in relation to Gulag and this orb, how much distance is there between?
10, 15. You're quite close.
Okay. Would I be able to position myself between Gulag and the orb, and then ready in action in the event of the monster's position?
Yeah, of course you can. That's fine.
Okay.
So you're going to step in between Gulag and the orb and just prepare a couple of strikes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. No problemo. You're ready to go. You're doing like a Street Fighter ready stance?
Mm-hmm.
Lovely. Right. At the end of your turn, the ship is going to, taking your advice, go, "On your head be it, lad." And the ship suddenly pulls up directly towards the creature, and suddenly it is like filling your vision as it's just like coming down on top of the ship, by one way of looking at it, and it is now very much in striking range if anyone wants to do anything. Bill, Horsun could now strike out at it just because it's literally in front of you, this sort of gigantic toothed maw with some of the teeth chipped off and a big old scar running across it from where Gulag did it last time. You could easily just go, just start punching wildly up if you wanted to. That's fine.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Game time. Let's go. So he's going to propel himself forward and then open up with a jab, knowing that maneuvers and strategy doesn't really help out a whole lot here since it's just this massive wall of flesh. So he's just going to like do a jab and then come across with a more powerful cross.
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
All right, 16 on the first.
Does not hit. The first one impacts the body and doesn't seem to do anything.
Which only sets up the second one, which is a 12. Which is worse. It bounces off. Bounces off the flesh.
The third one?
which I'm going to use my bonus action for 2 more attacks.
And
I'm going to spend another moxie point for 2 more attacks. And doing the same combo. 10.
Mm-hmm. No.
19.
Yes.
Yeah.
Describe the one that hits.
So he's trying to find a weak point in this like bulbous mass, and he keeps hitting things, and his fists bounce off. But as like the bounce comes forward, he finds a spot and lays into it with his cross, and it like the flesh kind of like like I hit a nerve.
Yeah, like hit a nerve. That's great. Yeah.
That's 10 bludgeoning damage.
10 bludgeoning damage. Perfect. Right, the ship has moved up. Initiative count 20. The creature will take its first legendary action. It's so close to you now, the dissolving effect it's already having seems to accentuate. And all four of you can feel this drag, this horrible necrotizing energy all around you. Everybody please roll me a con save.
$19 for Horsun.
Okay.
14.
14 for Gulag.
7.
7 for Kronqual.
That's a nat 1.
Everyone except Horsun takes 12 points of necrotic damage. You cannot regain hit points.
Ever.
Horsun, ever. That's it. Forever. It's 3rd edition shade, baby. No, it's not. Except for Horsun, who just like you shrug it off. It's no effect on you whatsoever. Like just like fucking dust, motherfucker. Like it just doesn't do anything. Yeah, exactly. But everyone else, you lose 12 hit points, which you cannot regain for now. Right, Rikkis, it is your turn. You're still on the ballista, but it's now very, very close. You can still shoot at it with the ballista, that's absolutely fine, but you don't get sneak attack with the ballista, just saying.
Yeah. But I do so much damage with the ballista if I hit, so... yeah, I'm just gonna stay on it, and I want to shoot at his mouth.
Okay, its mouth is now sort of hanging awkwardly over the... You have to really, like, aim... It's a disadvantage shot to hit the mouth, but you can try if you want.
Yeah, I'll just go for a tentacle then. I'll just stick to...
Nope.
Stick to my
You fire again.
Yeah, let's go. Let's try that. Nat 20.
Nice.
I just fucking swung the other way.
Yeah, you shoot a ballista, and somehow, again, like Horsun struck a nerve, you seem to hit a weak spot and just literally tear through it. Just, and it goes out the other side and just goes flying off into the land between the winds. Now forever, a ballista bolt flying through the land between the winds. That's just what it is now. Roll me the 3d10 and double it.
Yep.
That's a crazy amount of damage.
So that's 18 times 2, brain
36.
Mass, 36 plus my dexterity, which is a 3, so 39.
39? Oh my god.
Nice.
That's a lot of damage, everyone. That's a wow.
Tiny rat on a ballista.
I thought to myself, I thought to myself, is this hit point total too high? Turns out, no, it isn't. Good, right. You fire, and this ballista bolt just tears through the silt horror. Beautiful shot, going straight out the other side. The nightmare beast silt horror. I apologize. Lovely. Kronqual, you have 2 actions. What do you want to do? It's now very close. It's like the ship is now sort of rammed up into it. Very much sort of end of the Little Mermaid, I was going to say. Yeah.
Oh, yikes. All right, so that's another reference. So the which no one will get besides us, because in the green room we made a lot of allusions potentially to the Little Mermaid, and then I caught all of them and went, hold on, there's a lot of Little Mermaid references, and now here I am rambling in the middle of my turn, even though I should be doing 2 turns. I'm going to do my first turn as if it was back in time, as the tentacle was making it towards me, and then I will barrage it with weapons, and then my second turn will get there. When after we see what happens. Well, that was a 2, so I missed that one. But that's fine because I have multi-attack. So I'm gonna try it again. 13 with... Okay. So that doesn't hit
13
either.
plus what? 13 plus what?
It's 14.
Nope.
Wait. Is it a... No, it's not. I'm an idiot. It is 20 total.
Yeah, that hits, yeah.
19. I lied. 19.
Still
hit. Okay, awkward. I keep asking for information. All right, great. So 19. And then, so that does damage, which is this amount. Great. That's perfect. I love rolling ones. So 4. And then for my biting, snapping jaws, I rolled a 13. That one doesn't hit?
Have you added your modifier to this one?
Yes, this one's on. This one's with modifier.
Yeah, no, the 13 does not hit.
Okay, great. Now, yes. So now that was back in time. This is real time now. I will. Now we're close to the maw.
You're close to the maw.
Can I run up into the mouth in this action?
Yes.
And there's no fire.
No, there's no fire. Just a mouthful of teeth.
But there's necrotic energy.
Yes, the necrotizing force of your pure nightmares come to fruition. Yes.
Would it be I'm gonna reach into the pouch that I have, the loose like foldings I have of hide, and feel around for the shards of the burn glass.
Yes.
Do I feel any energy radiating from them, necrotic or otherwise?
Well, if I remember correctly, the burn glass had radiant energy in it, didn't it?
Oh, okay. So so they're stored now with that shatter or with the radiant energy. Cool. All right. Yeah. So I will then run up and I'll grab a handful of those and I will run up to the mouth. And for one of my attacks, I will throw just these into the mouth and hoping that it'll cut it or maybe disperse some of this shadow radiant energy. And then for my second attack, I will actually attack.
Please do.
Great. I will do that now.
So Kronqual attacks fires into the Kraken's mouth. Good.
Yep. I was going to have someone throw me or get launched by a ballista, but I can make it there this round. So I...
Toss me. You're going to have to shoot me with a ballista.
Me. All right, so I rolled a 17.
Yeah, that just hits.
Okay, cool.
And it's in the mouth because you're right up at it, so it's double damage.
That's good to know. Roll it twice or 2 times 2?
Times 2.
Okay, 26. I guess bludgeoning. And then I will...
Oh, no, this is the radiant one.
Okay, yes, that'll be the radiant. So I don't know how much damage you want me to roll for the shards.
No, it's just, I'm just going to count it as part of your strike, just that it's radiant damage, not. So yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
And what's your second attack?
And my second attack will then be a critical failure.
Which makes sense considering what I'm about to do. That makes sense. Cool.
Well, I was going to bite, and I did not want to actually bite down on that, so I'm glad I missed.
As Kronqual runs in, there's a sort of burst of radiant energy. It seems to glow out from the inside of this maw that's now sort of awkwardly sat on the front of the ship almost as you've rammed up into it. And there's the burst of radiant energy as Kronqual runs straight towards it. On its turn, it's going to make a bite attack against you, Kronqual.
That's fair.
I have rolled an 18 on the dice, which makes a 27.
27. Yeah, there's no getting out of that one.
Kronqual, you take 16 points of damage. And as you all look up, Kronqual is gone. You've been swallowed.
Why did I listen?
Why did I listen?
Okay. It'll also make a tentacle strike. Gets 2 attacks around. Gulag, does a 16 hit you?
So as the tentacle comes whipping down, I use my reaction to cast Shield. And Gulag, he holds a hand up in front of his face to cover the blinding light. that shoots out of the mouth. And then he sees the tentacle, and he holds that hand out and begins to quiver, and he exhales a breath, like a deep, deep breath, and that ash begins to whip around his arm, and it forms just this shield of ash. And that gives me an armor class of 19.
Okay. The tentacle impacts the shield and tries to get through it and tries to just impact you and grab hold of you, but does not manage to do so. The creature is going to try and move away from the ship, but the ship will keep moving with it. So it's going to sort of pull off, but it's not like impacted in the same way that it was. It's starting to pull up out, but the ship will keep moving with it, because otherwise we get into ridiculous, like, the ship moves, it moves sort of nonsense. So yeah, it's still floating above the ship slightly, but nowhere near as far. You can still reach it to impact it with physical attacks. That is absolutely fine. Horsun, what would you like to do?
Yep.
You are up in its face.
Do I see Kronqual-y things in
It is too big to see that.
Okay. All right.
You do see that this creature looks like it has taken a metric fuck ton of damage.
Okay.
I regret all
use
of my decisions.
a bonus action to shift into my persona. So even inebriated, he's going to broaden his stance and then get this like sinister kind of cocky smile on his face, and in sort of like a drunken haze, he's going to go and initiate his same combo of a jab and a cross.
What does persona do?
Persona is like it's similar. It's a state. So he's adopted this gladiatorial performance, which gives him a larger pool of moxie points to pull from to use as bonus abilities, reactionary and whatnot. That's of Benjamin Huffman's design. Benjamin Huffman, Pugilist class, recommend it. Check it out. And so he's going to just do the jab and the cross for the attack action.
You're right there. Go for it.
16 on the first one.
Does not hit.
And a 20 on the second.
Does. Are you going for the maw? Are you trying to run up to the mouth as well, like Kronqual did?
He's going, after seeing where Kronqual went, he's going to direct his focus and his anger and hit where the mouth was. Maybe he'll hit another nerve and Kronqual will get puked back out.
If you're aiming for the maw, then you will be punching it in the mouth, which does more damage to it.
Yeah. That sounds great. I'm going to do that.
Cool. Also means you're next to the mouth.
That's 7 bludgeoning damage.
So 14 bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. You guys are doing so much damage. It's great. You run in and just like you punch in and you stab you. One of the teeth just cracks and forces itself and pierces its own master inside the mouth. You just punch and break the tooth in. Bonus action?
Bonus action was adopting the persona.
Oh, persona. I see. Mm-hmm. So now you are in front of the mouth, giving it the old 1, 2. The ship is still moving with this and is going to keep moving with it. Legendary action at the top of the round again for another blast of the grey aura. Horsun, you need not roll because you've already passed this. Kronqual, you need not roll. You're in it. Gulag, Rikkis, make me another con save, please.
Okay. 19.
You passed this time. Doesn't affect you.
11.
Rikkis, it still affects you.
Yeah.
Oh.
13 points of necrotic damage.
Jesus Christ.
How close? How close was I?
We're getting close.
Because you can't heal this damage back for a while.
I'm at 7 hit points.
Ever.
Okay.
Not
and
forever.
it's not really something I can dodge.
No, it is not.
Dodge the necrotic energy.
Hey, Chris, I'm a rogue. You can't hit me with anything. Can't I? Good, right.
Bad vibes meme.
So I think
vibes.
Gulag was supposed to go. I don't think he went in that round.
Yeah, he did.
It's true.
Did he?
No.
You didn't go.
It would be dead by now.
Did you go? Do not go.
I did. Okay.
You cast shield. You cast shield, and I counted that as your turn. So, go ahead.
Okay. Let's say then that, and Horsun's not been swallowed.
No, not yet.
Okay. So I will use one of my last spell slots to cast Zephyr Strike again. He takes another breath, and that ash is now whipping around him. He stomps towards Horsun, and he gets right next to Horsun, right under this creature's maw, and he says, "Hey, if anything happens, tell boss I said goodbye." And then he's gonna jump up inside the mouth and try to axe, like, you know how like you have the teeth? You get behind the teeth, there's like what? Like a mass, right? Like it's got
like a sucker. Yeah, like a sucker.
Right? Yeah, he's gonna try to axe into that and see if he can bury it in there so that he can like lodge up and just as much as he can, hopefully hurting it
hello,
enough that he
Gulag.
gets out Kronqual.
Cool. Start
Am I
making
in
the
the
attack
mouth
rolls. I know you
I
can
get
swallow.
sucked. Perfect. Okay, never mind.
Cool.
Don't worry, we'll get to you. We'll get to you.
Yeah.
That is a natural 20. It just is.
Go ahead.
I'm
Start
sorry.
rolling. Just do it.
I'm doing it.
Just
I'm
do
not
it.
sorry.
It's just every time. Every time this happens. Hey, Don, how's it going? You want to make an attack roll? Is it a nat 20? Oh, it is. Oh, okay. I guess that's like last time. Can't even claim that I think Don's just pulling this out of his ass because he's rolling on roll 20 and we can all see it. So we all know.
20.
We all know. Unless have you hacked roll 20?
I wish
Is that
I
what
was
this
that
is?
good.
Have you
No further
hacked
questions. 20's in the chat, everyone. 20's in the chat.
It's going to be 24 force damage, and it's going to be and it's going to be 34 slashing damage.
So 58
58.
in the
Or
maw.
is that double?
So we double it.
Should I end the combat music?
116.
Yeah, 116.
I go ahead and end the combat music.
Don, you know what's going to happen now. Please describe how you cut it and remove Kronqual and do all the things that you want to do.
Sure. I hadn't thought this far. So he jumps up and he axes into the inside of the mouth.
116 points of damage. Oh, I didn't think that far. I'm sorry. Oh.
He'll just kind of grumble up into this maw. No ghosts today. And he grabs onto a sucker and he axes a little higher up. And he grabs onto a sucker and he axes a little higher up. And when he gets as high as he can go, he's just going to bury that axe inside of the mouth and hope for the best as he falls down and drags that axe through the inside of this creature's flesh, just trying to tear it open from the inside. Trying not to care about whatever viscera he acquires on his large body in the meantime.
There are no viscera. It doesn't bleed. As you start cutting down into it, you realize you are cutting it out of existence. Wherever you are cutting and slashing and tearing and pulling, all of the pieces that come off it just ash out, fade out. It is becoming the silt that it came from. You are literally tearing it into its constituent parts. And as you do, Kronqual, in the stomach, swallowed, you catch the faintest glimpse of the horrors I was going to unfurl on you before you two fall out of this, and this entire creature just fades out and vanishes all around you, and you are now floating in the land between the winds as you were before. It's almost like you didn't move ever.
Kronqual's in his shell, and his head pokes out for a moment when he realizes, because I think the nightmares and the horrors still happen, but we didn't get to see them. So he's hidden away, and he pokes his head out. Right, exactly. And he pokes his head out, and as he does, he's kind of in that falling, like, what? And sees Gulag covered in the knot viscera. Are we gliding back down to where we were, or are we falling back down to where we were?
The ship appears to be static. It hasn't moved at all throughout the lands, because it doesn't move through the lands. In the lands, it's hard to tell if the ship is moving or not moving. It's hard to tell. It either looks like it's moving incredibly fast or standing completely still. It's very hard to tell.
Right, like in space.
Like in space.
You don't. Yeah. Okay, so so where are we? Where was the creature? Was on the front of it? Well, on the front of this ship. So it's kind of just like, so as it disappears, we are on the front of the ship still. Okay, great. Yeah, I think, he kind of falls to his shell, and then he slowly gets out and goes,
Gulag. I appreciate you saving me, but I will not take your combat advice from here on out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Respectfully.
Hey, protect.
Where is it?
I protect. It's, I think it's gone, at least for now. I don't know if it can really die.
Was it even real?
Yes, it was real.
Has it gone? What's going on? Has it gone? Anyone there? You all alive too?
His eyes fog over.
Yes, I am alive. Gulag saved me. I do not know where it is.
And then his eyes come back to normal black.
That's very good news. I can't feel it anymore. I can't feel it anywhere. I think it might actually be gone.
Oh.
Been followed by it for so long.
Sorry, Yannicka.
No, yeah. At this point, I think Rikkis is sliding off of the ballista. They're not looking good. Like, on a scale of 0 to 39, they're at a 7.
Very specific. Thank you.
Yeah, I think they do look grayer. Like I think like some of the fur is gray, as they scamper over.
Mm-hmm.
Gulag, are you okay? Kronqual, are you okay? Horsun, are you okay?
I think so. It's one way to kill a buzz. Damn.
Kronqual is on a similar scale, but to 58, but he's at an 8.
Wow.
What?
Maybe we rest here.
Now?
Rest here for a bit. Unless we can find a way to get out of whatever this is.
I very much would appreciate that.
Does this boat have a below decks? We can be more protected.
Yes. Come follow me. We'll go downstairs.
And he follows you, or he leads you downstairs.
Would you like a hammock?
I could try and get you back to where we were. Try and find out where we lost people and see if I can do something about it. But it's gonna be bumpy. I'm sorry about earlier. I think it was part of me and I was part of it. Something about how I was made. What Hakar did to me. Maybe use some of the ideas behind it to try and create a good version. I don't know.
Sorry, Kenna, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I think Rikkis is gonna go to the orb and just pat it.
No.
Why are you treating that orb like a cat?
Oh,
It's an orb.
you have it. Here, come here.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
The crabby hands.
Okay. What do you want me to do?
The ship can talk to you, but only if you touch the orb first, and then it talks to you. There's usually something like called the way, and like looks to Kronqual for like approval.
Like a big necky nod.
Yes.
So it can speak to you inside the head, the ship. You have to touch it though. So to touch it. I mean, we've been talking to it this entire time, but I realize that you haven't been talking to it this entire time because you haven't touched the orb yet.
Horsun, you touch that orb, it's never going to stop talking to you. I just want you to know. I mean, it seems like the Sirocco, very nice ship, floater orb, but it's going to keep talking to you.
I can talk back, right?
Yeah, in your head.
Well, you know I say, so before I touch this thing, make sure that this thing wants me to talk to it until the end of my life.
I think it probably does, if I had to guess. I don't know, though. I can't speak for it.
Sirocco.
It likes to make new friends.
Sirocco.
Yar.
You want to talk to Horsun?
Is that the person who's been here this entire time who couldn't talk to me? Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, okay. And I think Rikkis is like, no concept of personal space. Takes Horsun's hand and two tiny paws and kind of like, I want to talk to you.
Okay. And he Horsun.
Touch it.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, what's your name?
Oh, fuck me, that's weird. That's not me. I'm Horsun.
It's not very nice.
Yeah, no, what? Sorry. You are a ship. I just thought maybe you were some sort of mystical wheel, but you're some like a
mystical wheel.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times people think I'm something and I'm not, but no, I am the ship. The ship is me.
Kronqual is I.
Holy shit.
No, cut the feed. Done.
Okay.
It's over.
Been great, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
I mean, I was kidding, but
all right. Well, thank you for letting me sit on your dock.
Is that a euphemism?
What's a euphemism?
Well, you've already pissed on me, so on some level.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't know you were sentient at the time, so I apologize for that.
No, you were putting out the fire on me, so on a certain level, I appreciate the gesture. I understand that if you didn't like someone, you wouldn't do that. It's a specific metaphor people use.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, no ill intent.
Understood.
How do we... do you have any idea how we can leave?
I can try and get us back to where we were when it assaulted me. It'll take some effort, but I can try. I might be able to grab whatever happened with the others as well, but I might lose you again, Horsun. Maybe you'll be back with your people as well. I don't know what they were doing here, and frankly, shouldn't be here either. It's a nasty place full of nightmares.
Horsun will look at Gulag. And maybe we can get that match another time then.
Hey, ship. You say back. You know there is no back, right? We gotta go forward. We gotta get to Caesar. You think you're able to get us there?
You were trying to pull me somewhere I've never been, but it is connected. Be a bit weird. And frankly, looking at me right now, I've taken a little bit of damage myself, and the ship is, fucked. Not massively fucked, but a little bit fucked. Broken topsail, burnt deck, cracked in places.
Gulag will bob his head with some small measure of understanding and stand up and stretch a long, large hand down towards Horsun and say, listen, I don't know what you got yourself into there, Horsun, but you don't stick around with us. I wish you luck. We're heading somewhere else, some other world. And when we get there, we're gonna kill Caesar. That's what we're gonna do.
We should talk about that at some point.
We can talk about that now. That son of a bitch needs to pay for his crimes.
Right. Well,
And I think he's by the stairs still, because he was eagerly gently waiting, patiently waiting to lead Horsun downstairs. And he goes,
oh, right.
and he waddles over and goes,
I was told by Taruk to bring Caesar back, so I may have my name cleared from the lips on Balak. I am announced as an assassin, and that is not I.
You don't seem like the assassin-y type.
Thank you, but I could.
Well,
Kronqual.
No, I can't. I would never be able to. Yes, Gulag.
Why'd Taruk tell you one thing and tell Rysar to kill Caesar? That make any sort of sense to you?
I do not know. But it is what he said.
Have you, folks, on your journey, been able to have the privilege of encountering any people that look like snakes?
Yeah. They were on the island. We fought them to try to get to Caesar. They got him.
Yes.
We were...
They suck indeed.
Taruk commissioned me, cash in a favor, if you will, to be the head of security for this caravan heading north to Gog. In our travels, we have encountered these snake people who have the ability to change shape to look like anyone they want. They've got tattoos. I had a sample of the flesh. I cut off one, but I gave it to Taruk. I memorized it. I can probably draw it for you if anyone got and then he takes out a knife from his waist. Sirocco, can I draw something on your dick with a knife? As an illustration.
It's usually a second date sort of thing, isn't it? Sure, by all means.
What kind of stuff are you into? All right. And so, from memory, he wants to carve the snake tattoo. He wants to carve what he and the snake tattoo into the deck of the ship, right by the area where you go down.
I mean,
Right,
are you
where we're all
trying to
standing?
do this? Yeah, of course you can. You can carve into the deck where it goes down. Yeah.
So the tattoos look like that, and I've seen them. If they look like somebody and you beat them close to death enough, then they change back into a snake person and flee. And sometimes the insides turn to mush. And so,
DM question.
Yes, darling.
Nope. Don, have I seen this before?
Oh, fuck you.
I don't think so. I mean, here's
never
the
mind.
thing. We made a UNT friend who told us quite a bit about
We did.
the UNT.
But I was
So
saying
some of
season
this-
1. Have I?
Oh,
Is there?
the
Is there?
symbol itself?
Yeah. Okay. All right, as you were.
Oh, can I DM again now? Is that okay now?
Yes, you can DM.
Thank you.
I feel like Daddy's yelling at Mommy at the dinner table.
That's not what I was doing.
And I'm sitting here trying to awkwardly chew my broccoli.
Look, you started carving into the deck. That's something that you did, and you politely asked the ship to carve into its deck. So,
That's close.
So where we're going, Horsun, I think it's an entire kingdom of those things, and I'm not sure I really understand it. I think it might be on the moon. One of the moons.
How do you know what happened?
We met
Where's the
one of
moon?
those things, one of those creatures. She was very nice. She helped us. She wasn't happy. I mean, they're a civilization of some kind, just like we are. And at least as far as she went, she didn't see things the same way, I guess, as the rest of them. And we're going there right now to try to reach Caesar. Rysar thinks Balak would be better off without him coming home. And I'm not a patrician or a judge. I'm a soldier. So, Kronqual, I can't speak for you. But if Rysar thinks Caesar's gotta go, then Caesar's gotta go.
If has Rysar mentioned me at all since you've met him?
I mean, maybe, I won't roll a deception check, he's lying.
Okay, well, the next time you see him,
Where is
Ask him.
Rysar?
ask him how we met, and if his story does not include or end in the extinction of a kingdom, he's lying.
You think he's one of those snake people?
That explains so much.
Nah,
I don't. It's been like 14, 13 years since I've seen him.
Nah,
He doesn't visit
not
me.
Rysar.
I like him. But it ain't Rysar that's doing the extincting of kingdoms. But I told him I would keep my word. I'm keeping my word, so you can talk to him about it.
All right. Why don't you just come with us? I mean, I know you got your caravan job, but we could use the help.
I've got something I got to take care of. Yeah, snake cult took away someone very special to me. And we're on a trail. I caught a lead for them to be hiding away the Caesar on Schult, but I'm gathering that something has already transpired there. So my objective now, in addition to keeping everyone safe, is to ridding the land of these godforsaken snake cults.
I also have friends who I have lost that have been sundered away since the appearance of these snakes.
Well, it should have been me that gone, not her. So I'm here as some sort of, I guess you can say, ghost to finish what I started. I appreciate the offer, but if things change, I guess I'll let the ship know to come pick me up.
The Sirocco, you listening?
Always.
You think there's any way you can take some of us one place and some of us another, or is it just sort of a roll of the dice?
I can certainly try.
Gulag looks down to Rikkis and smiles a little and says, "Hey Rikkis, you're looking a little gray there. You feeling all right?"
Tired. Not dead, but it looks down again and Thing finally realizes like how much gray is on them. Maybe I need a nap.
Yeah. Listen, there was a moment, I know it was just a nightmare. There was a moment where I thought you were dead. I could see your ghost. Swear that I could see it. And it really scared me. And if some of us are able to go forward and the ship's able to take some of us back, you know, you don't have to go after Caesar with us anymore. I'm getting more and more the feeling that it's a one-way trip. I don't want anything bad to happen to you.
I don't want anything bad to happen to you either.
Yeah.
Besides, you're my friend. I shouldn't just leave you. That'd be bad.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't know what I was thinking about. We can look out after each other. I'm glad you're okay.
I'm glad I'm okay too. And I'm glad that you're okay. I'm glad everyone's holds the start as they check everyone again. I'm glad everyone's okay too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Are we ready to go?
Yes, I would like to hear more about this caravan. You are going north?
Yeah, it's
From
several. Yeah, Golg. I guess we stopped by Altaruk and
Who else is in this
Whatever.
caravan?
what else? Important houses. Taruk is here.
Mm,
growing quite fond of House Acacia. Merula, student of mine, big fan. Works hard. Their father, righteous prick. Yeah, you know her?
Yes, I know them, yes. They are my friend. Who else? Is Lady Akasha with you as well?
Yeah.
On this caravan?
I don't know what's happening. Is he all right? Does he make this noise?
Oh, sorry, I'm very excited to know that they are all right. They are all right.
Yeah. For the most part, I mean, last I left them, they were doing a battle of some sort in a tower,
Oh, no.
and then I got sucked here. So I hope they're okay. And I should see to them. But Akasha's been announcing herself as Caesar. So I don't know the rules, so I'm half playing along, half trying to sift my way through it.
Yes. Oh, that is exciting. Well, if we could figure out how to get you there, I would like to see them as well.
I guess same offer goes to you. If you guys want to come along, we could certainly use your help.
I must protect.
Well, I'll see what I can
Standing
do.
A little bit taller now. Ignoring a lot of
If
the
you're
bruises and
all
scrapes.
ready, the ship will again try and phase and try and right what has become a little unstuck in this strange scenario. And as the landscape around you folds and fades, that's where we'll end for today.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice. 116 points of damage. That's all. So just take that in.
I just want to know how many points of damage. Well, how many hit points did this thing have, Chris? How many did you
300.
trap? Damn, Jesus.
300.
That's chonky.
Wow! Wow!
We're level 6. We're level 6.
you are.
Don't. If you guys are DMs at homes, don't do this to your players.
That is cruel.
Unless you
unfair.
trust your players.
Unless you trust your players,
Defeat
absolutely. Unless, also, you were all doing tons of damage. You all know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You also attacked it for a couple of rounds where it wasn't so much attacking you as it was giving like these strange psychic effects and different things happening. So yeah, there was a little bit of hit point build up there as well. That was fun. Nice work, everyone. Nice work. Well, I think we're a little tight on time today for various reasons. So instead of doing a big loop around, why don't we all say a big thank you to Dark Dice, Level Up Dice, and Wormwood Gaming. A massive thank you to everyone here for watching and for enjoying and for sharing and liking and subscribing and reviewing and all the other stuff you can do with all this content online. The more people that you tell about stuff that exists online, the more people will watch it. So please let everyone know that you watched it and liked it so they can come and watch it and like it as well. Thank you. Splendid stuff. Lovely. Let's have a big wave from everyone and then say our goodbyes, everybody. See you all next week.
Bye.
Bill.
Hi, thanks, Bill. Sorry, I muted for a
Thank you,
second and
everyone.
everybody was saying good stuff. So thank you, Bill. It was really wonderful having you.
Muted.
All right, we're muting.